Welcome everybody to the fourth session in the Planet to Plate Festival. 3 days of talks, performances and live events to celebrate the work of the Institute for Sustainable Food at the University of Sheffield. Apologies for starting a couple of minutes late. We've been having some technical issues which I think are now resolved. And can I just start with a bit of local news? Those of you in Sheffield know about our local newspaper, the Sheffield Star. Today's headline is City Wins Award for Promoting Healthy and Sustainable Food. So congratulations to Gareth Roberts, who was with us yesterday, and his team in Sheffield for an excellent move supporting the kind of things we're trying to do in the Institute for Sustainable Food. I'm Peter Jackson, one of the Institute's 2 co-directors, and it's my pleasure to introduce Pamela Richardson-Ngwenya, Knowledge Exchange Fellow in the Department of Geography at the University of Sheffield and a member of the Institute for Sustainable Food. Pamela and her colleagues will be talking about Make It Grow, a project where she's used participatory video methods to work with a number of community groups in Zimbabwe who share the Institute's vision of promoting a more sustainable and socially just approach to food. Pamela's going to introduce the project, screen some of the videos that have been co-created with the community groups, several of whom will join us for discussion on our Zoom channel. We'll then end with a Q&A, so please use the live chat or the Twitter feed, #PlanetToPlate, to ask any questions. I will then moderate those and direct them to Pamela or colleagues to answer. There will also be some crowdfunding pages should you wish to donate to any of the community groups featured today. And there will be links on our web pages to do so once that is up and running in a couple of days after this festival has finished. So Pamela, over to you.
Thank you, Peter. And good morning. And I'm very, very excited to be here today to present our first public event for the Make It Grow project. As Peter said, Make It Grow is a knowledge exchange project affiliated to the Institute for Sustainable Food here at the University of Sheffield. And we've been running with this project since last July and had to very much reorganize and replan the whole project in the light of the pandemic and the lockdown. And it's been a really, really interesting learning experience for everybody involved, figuring out how to translate a participatory video approach, which is very much about group work, group experiences and collaborative learning, into a kind of remote, often asynchronous set of interactions between different community groups. And in the first year of the project, we've been working collaboratively with partners in Zimbabwe from various NGOs and community groups, many of whom are joining us today, and you'll hear from them very soon. But rather than just talk to you about the Make It Grow project, we have prepared a short introductory video to give you a little insight into what we've been doing. So I'll now present the video for you. Make It Grow is a knowledge exchange project affiliated to the Institute for Sustainable Food here at the University of Sheffield. The project vision is to support community-based sustainable food initiatives, to build capacity and to access startup funding through making video proposals. Food insecurity is a huge problem faced by many vulnerable communities worldwide. Many of these communities do already have great ideas for how they can solve this issue. However, such marginalised communities have very little capacity to write a funding proposal to access startup funds. Although accessing startup funds can be a real challenge, many people today have the capacity to create and share video in their own pockets in the form of a smartphone. Therefore, now is a perfect time for donor agencies to adjust their grant application processes to start accepting community video proposals.
We've been working collaboratively with the United Nations Development Programme Global Environment Facility in Zimbabwe to support and pilot the integration of community video making into their small grant management processes. We've also worked in collaboration with Gateway Zimbabwe, Kufunda Village and the PADA platform to support community groups to co-create video proposals and set up their own crowdfunding campaigns.
Community video proposals are really useful because you can showcase practically, about your community, and you can share so that people who would want to support and help you can actually really see the landscape and things that you want to do within your community.
The community video proposal making is really important because it instills a sense of ownership in the process work.
Over the past year, Make It Grow has been working to create learning opportunities and tools for community-based organisations to build their video making capacities, particularly for the purpose of creating participatory video proposals.
The most valuable aspect of the workshop was the time when we were giving each other feedback, when after recording some video clips and putting things together, the time when we come together as communities to give feedback to video shots that we've been taking.
The most valuable aspects of the workshop experience for me has been, especially the editing part was more helpful for me, because you could put the text, you could edit and make it short so that it tells the story that you really want to tell to your audience.
The most valuable aspect of the workshop experience for me has been meeting the other participants, sharing ideas, and being able to do my first video task.
The thing I have enjoyed most about being involved in this project is the feedbacking. Like we'll be working as a community, and we'll be working with other communities, and we'll be showcasing your video, and you'll be given feedback that has been very helpful, especially when I feel like I have done so well, and some people will challenge me in some of the shots that I've been taking, so it was really helpful for me.
My new video making skills are important to me because I'm now able to put together a video and edit it. This has made my life easier since I'm involved in working with communities in different projects to address women's issues.
My new video making skills are really important to me in the sense that they help me illuminate telling as it is, socially, economically, and environmentally.
My new video making skills are important to me because I can easily and effectively communicate or share ideas with a lot of people around the world.
The hope is that by co-creating and sharing their video proposals, community groups with great ideas for local food projects will be able to access the startup funding that they need to make their projects grow.
Make it 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 grow.
I hope you enjoyed that very collaborative effort at creating a video introduction to the Make It Grow project. It's been lots of fun over the last few months, and a lot of time spent staring at the screen, trying to patiently invite contributions, invite feedback, invite video making from various community groups who have been collaborating, participating in the Make It Grow project. We've worked with more than 60 different participants in Zimbabwe, which has involved around 40 different organisations, NGOs, and also working directly with community organisations. And I'm really, really happy to welcome a fantastic group of people who are joining us on the call today from Zimbabwe to speak a little bit about our collaborative experience on this project. We've been running online workshop series with different groups. And as a result of the workshop series, we've now got nine finished community video proposals. And we've got about another 10 that are currently in process. So things are really busy, very exciting. And we've got representatives from the 9 different community groups that have already finished their video proposals, which we're going to screen shortly, joining us today on the call. So I'm going to invite the speakers from the different collaborating groups to introduce themselves to you, to tell you a little bit about their involvement in the Make It Grow project, and to also share and recall a meaningful moment or insights from our workshop series, from our collaboration in the Make It Grow project. So can I invite, can we start with Misha Khumalo? Misha, would you like to say a few words and introduce yourself? Hi, good morning.
Morning, everyone. Thank you, Pamela, for an amazing workshop. And I hope you can hear me. I'm out in Arcturus today with the Arcturus Fellows. So I work with Gateway Zimbabwe. I'm the program's associate, and we had an amazing time at the Make It Grow videography workshop with Pamela and the rest of the Gateway communities that were taking part. The most meaningful moment for me, I think, was realizing how practical and how possible it is, video proposals, with even the most remote communities. Share their own ideas for their project. Seeing that the idea is practically possible to implement was just incredible. And of course, all the weekly calls that we were having, I was sharing with Pamela, that they'd become such part of my routine, and I'd begun to miss that, to collaborate in that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Misha. It's really great to hear from you. Thanks for calling in today and representing the Gateway Zimbabwe project, which is a fantastic project that we've been collaborating with and supporting. Gateway Zimbabwe have been working with 5 different communities across rural communities across Zimbabwe, and our video making workshops supported the work that they're already doing. So it was a really great collaboration. I'd like to invite Linda from Scope Zimbabwe. Would you like to say a few words, Linda?
Thank you, Pamela, for this opportunity. Hi, everyone. Well, I'm grateful to be here, and I'm so excited, especially when I was watching the introduction, realizing that so much work has been involved into this Make It Grow. And as part of an organization that has been collaborating with the Make It Grow project, we are very grateful. Working on agroecology, especially with young people, children, which is a group that is kind of marginalized. This Make It Grow project has given us an opportunity to really get the voices of the young people, the needs of the often marginalized people's voices amplified in a space where often there are struggles and stories that are untold. So this has given us an opportunity to really get these stories told. And I really look forward to having these being told. And as part of the participants in the previous session, the whole learning process was that it's actually possible to get the voices amplified and to get the voices out there. Thank you so much. I look forward to the rest of this program.
Thanks very much, Linda. Thank you. It's great to hear from you. Thanks for joining us today from Scope Zimbabwe. Scope does a lot of work with schools and young people in Zimbabwe, supporting permaculture learning. That's also been a really great collaborative relationship to be part of. I'd now like to invite Stephen from Kufunda Village, to introduce yourself and also share a meaningful moment or insight for you from our workshops together.
Thank you, Pamela. My name is Stephen Dioripo. I'm from Kufunda Learning Village. The most meaningful insight for the workshop for me, it has been the like really putting all the video clips together and being with other communities who are doing the similar exercise in their own communities, and having time to really give feedback to each other about how to hold the camera, how the clip is, and really in a way of sharpening the video to make it a very clear video with meaningful information. And that was most powerful aspect during the video making workshop. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen. Thanks, Stephen, and also for highlighting it, for us the importance of the community collaboration, like so the communication between different communities who were involved in the workshops, who weren't together. It was interesting because, you know, we were all working remotely, but by using video, we're able to share so much with each other from these different contexts and learn a lot about each other's place, each other's communities, and also about video making in the process. So that was a really rich element, I thought, from the workshops. I'd now like to invite someone, I think, do we have anyone from Chiadzwa? I think Billy hasn't managed to join us today. So Zeddy, Mike in Chikukwa, are you able to say a few words, introduce yourself and share a meaningful moment? And you just need to switch on your mic, Zeddy, I think.
All right, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
all right.
I can hear you now.
My name is Mike Zeddy Chikukwa from Chikukwa community, which is right in the Zimbabwe-Mozambican border. And yeah, it was quite inspiring being part of the Make It Grow process, especially the videography, because you know, with the use of a cell phone, you know, greater things can happen, and it's actually the technology that we have at hand. And mainly, you know, the kind of shots, merging them together, and also the use of storyboarding. I saw it as a way that one can, you know, if we keep doing it, we become perfect in our videography. And also, you know, using this tool as, you know, for proposal for proposal seeking, I think is something that is quite good that I've learned through the process. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Zeddy. Thanks, and also for sharing that insight around the duration of our kind of interactions, because we actually had to, we had a weekly meeting, a weekly workshop. The initial plan was to have 6 workshops, and I think we did 14. By the time we'd got to the end of this process of everybody in the group having a video proposal complete. So it was a really, it was a beautiful journey. I would now like to invite Tafadzwa from the Jairus Jury Association. Morning, Tafadzwa.
Morning, Pamela. It's good to be part of this event, and good to see you again and all the other colleagues. I'm Tafadzwa Mnemo from Jairus Jury Association, a local non-governmental organization which assists persons with disabilities and also other vulnerable groups. I'm responsible for managing food security and livelihoods projects at the organization. I've been part of the Make It Grow project. I was also a participant together with my other colleague from the same organization, and we managed to be part of a series of sessions. We have learned a lot, and the most wonderful experience is the development from the raw or basic skills of video making, growing up or maturing into coming up with a video proposal at the end. That was quite an exciting experience, and it's also good to witness some of our works. I was looking at the corrections we had as a team. That was also exciting development at each stage. So it's good again to be part of this event. Thank you.
Thanks, Tafadzwa. It's great to hear from you and to see you again. Our workshops together finished a few months ago, so yeah, it's nice to see you again. And also Grace, we have Grace from the Porritt Trust. I'd love to hear from you, Grace.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace from Porritt Trust. I was a participant in the Make It Grow. And the most important part that I still remember and I loved the most is when we were putting together the small pieces of videos that we take in the community with some of the youth and make it a video. That was the most part of me in the run that we have been having. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Grace. And good morning, it's great to see you. The next participant who's going to share a few words and share a meaningful moment from our workshops with you is June Mpofu, Baba Mpofu from Lupani community. Good morning, June. June, would you like to introduce yourself and share a little bit about your involvement in the project and a meaningful moment? Have we lost? I think we might have lost connection there, just at that moment, at that critical point. I think he's dropped off the Zoom call. This is one of the main challenges, one of the biggest challenges in the Make It Grow project and in the remote online nature of the workshops, is that we have to be very, very patient. And also just anticipate that the network connection is going to fail here and there. So this is a very common feature of every single workshop that we do. So not to panic, we will move on. And can I invite Nesta? Hi, Nesta. Nesta's joining us from Arcturus community. Would you like to introduce yourself and talk about how you're involved and a meaningful moment or insight for you, Nesta?
Hi, Pamela. Hi. I'm Nesta from Arcturus community. I'm a participant of the Make It Grow. Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Hello, Pamela. Okay, I'm Nesta from Arcturus community. I'm a participant of the Make It Grow video making workshop. And my most meaningful moment was when we were put into the breakup rooms. I get to know and understand other women from around the country, to understand their places where they are from. And also the photo shooting part, it was the most meaningful. Is I have to go out into my community. I have to appreciate my community and also the impact of my little phone, that I've been able to tell my story, that I can showcase to the whole world about my community. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Nesta. And I would love to now pass the microphone to Terence from Scope Zimbabwe. Terence, would you like to say a few words and introduce yourself?
Thank you, Pamela. Good morning, everyone. My name is Terence Mbelech. I'm a teacher at Vainona High School in Harare, Zimbabwe. We are working with Scope. It was a very good experience when we were learning to make video proposals under this project of Make It Grow. I learned a lot. The experience that I got, especially from working with people from different areas, who are working in helping different communities. You know, it was so inspiring. It compelled me to work harder in trying to help the school kids that we're working with. Then also the skills that I got, especially the technical skills in how to put up a video. Those are very, very good skills that I would want to put in use, especially when we got to know that with this phone, we can actually do a lot. We don't need much in order to communicate, take the videos, and try to make proposals or share ideas with other people in different areas. You know, it was something really valuable. So we are going to use those skills to make more proposals, to share ideas with different people, and also to keep in touch with all the participants that we were, working with during this course. Is something good. Still have a WhatsApp group which is still up, and we are discussing, sharing ideas. That is so valuable. Thank you.
Thanks, Terence. Thanks very much. I definitely think the group feeling. Somehow we managed to build a really great, a really strong learning group online over the weeks that we worked together, and I do feel like that's one of the most positive outcomes of the project so far. So thanks for mentioning that. I can see June Babampofu is back on the line. Would you like to share? Would you like to introduce yourself now, June?
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning, and how's everyone?
Good.
Hi, and how's everyone? Are you hearing me?
Yes, yeah, we're
Hi.
great. Thanks, June.
Yes. It's June Mpofu, speaking from Lupane community, part of Matabele North in Zimbabwe.
Welcome, June. It's great to see you. Would you like to talk a little bit about share a meaningful moment or a key learning for you from our workshop series together?
What an opportunity. We learned a lot, which I'm foreseeing it as an opportunity of also expanding the learnings we got to the community. It had shown a lot of, it had given a lot of people from our community interest as we were learning. We invited some of the guests whom we were hoping that they will join the other, if they may be given an opportunity to also join in video filming.
Thanks very much, June. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that too, because it was really interesting how that happened. Like in the beginning, we had maybe two participants from each community group that were joining the weekly workshops, and over the weeks, the group started to grow. The video making trainees the group grew, and we would see more and more people on the Zoom call every time, and there would be people in the background, very curious, very interested. And so we tried to then encourage everybody who was a main core participant in the series to have their own workshops and to involve their community group members as much as possible to make the video making collaborative and participatory. As we proceeded with the online workshop series and the co-creation of video proposals. So thank you to everybody for giving the audience a real sense of the collaborative nature of the Make It Grow project and what we've been working on together over the last few months. So I'm really happy now what we're going to do now is watch the finished video proposals that have been made by 9 community groups who are on the call today. These video proposals were made over a series of weeks in the context of this workshop series. And each proposal pitches an idea for a community food project. And every single video proposal that you'll watch today has an online crowdfunding page associated with the video. So if you're interested in supporting the project, we're going to share with you all of the links that you need to be able to donate to the particular project to help to make it grow. And also share with you contact details so that you can follow up and get in contact with the different communities that have been part of this project and made these great video proposals. So we're going to start, we've got 9 proposals. We're going to start by watching the proposal from the Kufunda team. The Kufunda team. We have Stephen and Admire. Would you like to switch on your microphone, Stephen, and just say hello and introduce your video proposal before we play?
Hi, this is Stephen from Kufunda Village, and our proposal is mostly talking about the environmental consciousness of it's a project about building the Jengeta stoves and about saving our environment and reducing the cutting down of trees.
Thanks very much, Stephen. We'll now watch your video proposal.
Kufunda is a learning village established in 2003 just outside of Ruhr. We are committed to supporting communities in finding and implementing sustainable solutions to community challenges together. A problem we wish to address is of deforestation, caused in large part due to an ever-growing need and demand for firewood, affecting the environment, degrading the land, affecting our rainfall. Women end up walking further and further to get their wood, sometimes endangering themselves. Many are going out to cut wood for sale. No one is planting to replace what is being used. Our vision is to restore our trees and to find more sustainable ways to work with nature and our own needs. The Jengetahuni wood-saving stove is a very simple solution. Our vision is to spread the use of these stoves in 4 communities in the Epworth-Ruhr area, led by primarily women participant facilitators. We wish to use the activity of stove building to bring the community together, building relationship and cohesion. Our objectives: to reduce deforestation through implementing the wood-saving stoves, to empower women by using them as lead facilitators for the stove building project, to build community cohesion by using the project to stimulate community conversation and gatherings. We expect to build 1,800 stoves, to train 80 facilitators, and to impact well over 6,000 people through the process. We expect the follow-on effect to be of stronger neighborhoods, deeper care for trees, including planting new ones, and of more women stepping into leadership in their community. We believe you should support us because we're a community-based organization with almost 2 decades of experience of working in community. We are committed to sustainability, and we are directly responding to requests and readiness in our nearby communities. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Kufunda team, for that wonderful video proposal. A great project and a great video too. Loads of work has gone into that. If you're interested to support the Kufunda project team project, you could go to giveandgain.com and search for the Jangeta Huni wood saving stoves. And we'll share that link with you on the website. I'd now like to invite Misha to say a few words to introduce the Chiadzwa video proposal. The makers, the video makers from Chiadzwa have not been able to join the Zoom call this morning. Perhaps you could just say a few words to introduce the Chiadzwa Fellows and their video proposal.
Thank you, Pamela. So on behalf of the Chiadzwa Fellows who've been working in Gateway for the last 18 months and also on this video making workshop, have put together this proposal for a goat project. And this is because they want to rear more goats and also to answer the food question. With more goats, they'll be able to have to be able to sell the goats for money and also to feed their families. So you can get more information by watching the video.
Great, thanks, Misha. We'll now watch the video proposal from Chiadzwa.
Our community of Chiadzwa is located in the eastern province of Zimbabwe in Manicaland. It is in Ward 30. We're a group with composite skills and uniquely talented. We have a coordinated committee to run the project. Our area is semi-arid region with less rainfall but endowed with diamonds.
Our area is in region 5, meaning that we receive very little rainfall yearly. So the land is now suitable for drought-resistant crops and animals. So due to the coming in of mining, most of our farming land has been taken and we are only left with the land suitable for animal husbandry.
We dream of an economically and nutritionally empowered community. Our project will focus on goat breeding project. We intend to introduce a new breed like Boer goat and Kalahari goats. They are good in terms of weight and price offered on the market. Once mature, the goats will be distributed until each household have a new breed in the community. Our main objective is to empower our community in terms of nutrition and socio-economically. We intend to start with 14 breeding goats meant to benefit first 13 families. Our target is vulnerable people first and the rest of the community. We are going to do various checks before we commence it, and this includes training of community members and purchase of vaccinations. There is going to be an improved nutritional intake of milk and goat meat, an empowered community, poverty reduction, reduction in antisocial behavior by youths, and an agricultural boost.
Apart from improved food security and poverty eradication, we are bound to have an economically empowered community that will come together in their diversity. Success is guaranteed considering that we have trained manpower and there is willingness to do even better.
We are hard workers and highly motivated. Surely this project is going to change the people of Chiadzwa.
Well done to Billy and Cosmos from the Chiadzwa team who put that wonderful video proposal together. If you'd like to support that particular project, you can go to giveandgain.com and search for Chiadzwa Goat Breeding Project, and we will share the link with you on the website after this event. I would like to invite Zedi from Chikukwa, from the Chikukwa community, to now say hello and introduce your video proposal from Chikukwa. Zedi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Zedi Chikukwa from Chikukwa, and we intend to do an egg production project. So for more details, just sit back and enjoy the video. Thank you.
Thanks, Zedi, and we now will watch your video proposal.
Chikukwa Youth for Action Group is a group of young men and women which is composed of 15 in total. 8 are women, 7 are men. We are located in the Mozambican border in the Chimanimani district, and we're actually there to address issues to do with the drug abuse, early child marriages, by doing a chicken project that brings us together.
Despite the fact that our community had been hard hit by Cyclone Idai, our youth lack employment and income opportunities, leading to despondence, massive drug abuse, early pregnancy, and early child marriages. Some of them opt to travel to South Africa where they face modern day slavery.
Andinokuona makreta mazwa yambowanikwa patakwanisa kubuda tichinotsvaga mazai, but izvezvi tatone challenge yekuti muriwo mazai hatisisina.
Tafunga kutanga project yedu yehuku dzemazai. Project ichatibatsira kubatanidza mayouth, kuderedza drug abuse uye early marriages.
We are aiming at implementing a project of production of eggs, where we are expecting to keep at least 50 chickens at point of laying. We are expecting 40 eggs a day, which will amount to an average of 280 eggs a week, which will give us an amount of $45 a week. With more concentration and hard work, we will use the money to get more chickens and expect to be having an amount of 100 chickens at the end of the year. This will help us eradicate poverty from the youth and the community as a whole.
Despite the nutritional value of eggs in the community, we will realize unity amongst the youth, eradication of poverty, and youth empowerment.
Most of some funded projects have been focusing more on women, children, and the elderly, while neglecting the youth, who are the backbone of community development. In this regard, promoting youth participation through egg production project will at least accelerate development within our own community.
Thanks very much to Zedi and the Chikukwa video making team for putting that great proposal together. Chikukwa is a community in the eastern highlands of Zimbabwe, which was particularly hard hit by Cyclone Idai in 2019. And the Chikukwa youth group that Zedi is a part of are doing some really fantastic work to recover and regenerate their community by these sorts of projects to support youth livelihoods and food security. If you'd like to support that project, you can go to giveandgain.com and search for Chikukwa Youth for Action. And we'll share the link with you after this event. So now we're going to move on to another great video proposal that was created by participants from the Gyros Jury Association. We have Tafadzwa here on the line to introduce their video proposal. Tafadzwa.
Thanks, Pamela. Hello once again. We are about to watch a video proposal from Gyros Jury Association. It focuses on boosting food and nutrition security and also income security for one of our nutrition gardens in one of the driest parts of the country, that is Chile district. It was co-produced with my colleague, Disen Gaura. Please enjoy. Thank you.
Gyros Jury Association is a local non-governmental organization founded in Zimbabwe in the year 1950, targeting the inclusion of persons with disabilities in mainstream development. The organization employs over 400 employees across the country, 35% of whom are persons with disabilities. JJA operates in 7 out of the 10 provinces in the country. Among its targets is Chivi district in Masvingo province, south of Harare, where 57 households of persons with disabilities and those without were assisted with 1 hectare nutritional garden running on a solar-powered bore. Chivi district is general dry area characterized by low rainfall and natural disasters such as cyclones and drought. Social exclusion of persons with disabilities is a serious challenge in Zimbabwe because of policy issues, social cultural issues, myths and misconceptions about disability. Concerning the project in question, the community lacks knowledge and resources to preserve excess vegetables from their garden, despite the garden being well established with reasonable accommodation of persons with disabilities. As such, beneficiaries are not able to access vegetables during the lean season when the garden is not productive.
Gyros Jury Association has established a community nutritional garden such as the one behind me with the disability in mind. The organization went on to install a solar-powered borehole to accommodate various types of disability, what is popularly known as reasonable accommodation. The organization seeks your assistance to install a solar-powered vegetable dryer for 57 beneficiaries before lean season 2021. Secondly, we wish to train the beneficiaries on how to process vegetables produced from the garden and those picked from the forestry resources to promote food and nutritional security all year round.
The proposed project will see the beneficiaries realizing access to food throughout the year, as they will be drying the vegetables throughout the year. There will also be increased income realized from the sales of these dried vegetables. The catchment area of the garden will also ensure that the surrounding communities also benefit in terms of access to food from the garden itself. In the long run, this proposed project will see the beneficiaries realizing improved food and nutrition security throughout the year.
We therefore cordially appeal to individuals and the corporate world to support this project for the benefit of persons with and without disabilities in Chile district. We want to thank those who are going to support this project.
Thanks very much to Tafadzwa and Decent from the Jaros Jury Association, who joined our workshops every week without fail and were very much engaged in this whole project and have created this wonderful video proposal with a great idea that really shows how a small amount of investment in agro-processing, in food preservation, can really make a difference in filling that gap in people's annual food security. So if you would like to support that project, please do have a look online. We'll share the link with you after the event. And you could go to giveandgain.com and search for inclusion, food security for persons with disabilities. And you can find that project live, ready for your support. The next project that we'd like to showcase comes from Porritt Trust. It was created by Grace Gumba and her team. And it's another food preservation proposal. And so I'd like to now invite Grace to just say a few words to introduce your video proposal.
Hi, I'm Grace Gumba, working with Porritt. Enjoy watching our video on food processing. Thank you.
Chibwe Permaculture Club consists of 15 farmers aged between 15 to 38 years, of which 13 are female and 2 are male. Most of the farmers are living in the subsistence farming, where they receive 300 milliliters of rainfall in the low veld of Chimanimani. Chibwe Permaculture Club is located in Chibwe Village, Hot Springs Ward 5, Chimanimani District, Mutare, Manicaland Province in Zimbabwe.
With the deadly famine that paralyzes the community in the wider natural resources. In this respect, Chibwe community is the poorest in terms of food security. However, food handouts from big organizations like World Vision and Christian Care are distributed yearly to wider community, therefore creating dependency syndrome. This creates unemployment and unstable youth behavior.
With our project, we wish to address intersection problems of food security, local food waste and post-harvest losses, female economic marginalization, and the envision of creation of a thriving local small-scale agro-processing facility that will enhance the value of local available wild and cultivated fruits and empower community by providing food, income, inspiration. Chibwe community will have healthy children and have all year round on the table. Mango juice, dried fruits, herbal tea, cold pressed oil, stock feeds will be found in Chibwe market. Our core objectives is to train 15 farmers in food hygiene standards and food packaging, to produce baobab coffee, stock feeds, dried vegetables, and dried fruits, to procure solar dryer and cold pressing oil machine. Fifteen Chibwe Permaculture Club members will be able to market their products and earn to $300 per year. Chibwe community will be food secured as they will be able to access healthy food all year round. The experience of food processing will spread through food fairs and word of mouth. 15 club members will be employed and benefit economically. Food processing is the key to food security in Africa. Most do not harvest and keep fruits and other farming products. Processing the foodstuffs inspired the poor community who are starving in daily basis. We have wild fruits around Chibwe community, and it's a lost opportunity if they are not being used by the community.
Thanks very much to Grace and her team from Porritt Trust in Chazayama. This proposal is obviously a really great example of how a project can support female empowerment in a rural community. And if you would be interested, and I encourage you to support this project pitched by Grace, you can have a look on giveandgain.com and search for Let's Eat, and you'll find Grace's project there awaiting donations. Each of these projects that are pitched by the different community groups, they're all looking to raise about $800, in the region of $800 US, to get the projects off the ground for that initial startup investment to purchase the equipment that's needed. Great video. I'm really excited. Grace was the first one to manage to get the online crowdfunding campaign started and really set an example and motivated everybody else in the group as well to get going with their crowdfunding campaigns. So yeah, that's great. The next video proposal that we're going to watch was created by a community group in Lupani, which is in Matabeleland North in Zimbabwe. And we have June Mpofu. Would you like to just say a few words to introduce your video proposal before we watch it?
Yes, hi. I'm June Mpofu. Yes, we are looking forward having a self-sustainable community, which will see our community reduce a polarization of food distribution by just introducing this chicken poultry, which we are looking forward even promoting the fertility of our sandy soils from the waste of those chickens, which we are going to keep and improve the nutrition of.
Thank you, June. Thanks very much for introducing your project. And so we'll now watch the project from Lupani.
Sikula Ndaonye is a community-centered project idea which aims to create self-sustainable communities in Lupane. This initiative was started by a 6-member group in Machia Ward 15 at Shabula, a village located 5 kilometers away from Lupane Center in Matabeleland North Province of Zimbabwe.
I am a farmer.
I am a tailor.
I am a teacher.
I'm a farmer.
I am a community leader.
I am a farmer.
Poor farming soils and poverty has resulted in the majority of our communities surviving through handouts from well-wishers. We should be able to produce nutritious and affordable broiler chickens in Lupane. Create economically independent communities in Lupane through project management skills gained. Reduce teenage pregnancy and drug abuse amongst youth. Chicken droppings produced will help improve soil fertility in community nutritional gardens. We need to source for chicks, feeding and water containers, chicken feed which will be supplemented by locally available millet. Looking forward to producing 200 broiler chickens in 6 weeks. 15 youths selected from vulnerable households will be trained in 6 months. These empowered youths will be supported to train 20 more youths to implement their agro-businesses. Looking forward to an increase in access to nutritious broiler chickens. Affordability as a result of locally sourced inputs and reduced transport costs. Enhanced youth entrepreneurship skills. Community gardens will benefit from chicken manure. Self-sustainability will be improved through transfer of skills to the local community. Our project aims to cultivate sustainability through continuous transfer of agriculture entrepreneurship skills into the community. Create unity amongst Lupane communities. Provide locally available and affordable source of proteins and eliminate dependence on food aid. Reduce teenage pregnancy and drug abuse. We are looking for your support and contribution towards creating a self-sustainable Lupane community.
Thanks very much to June Mpofu and team for sharing that video proposal that was created by their team, their video making team in Lupane in Matabeleland North. This is a really great example of a very holistic project that will aim to support skills building, knowledge transfer and training within the community, while at the same time thinking about the soil, thinking about nutrition, thinking about crop production and the environment. A very holistic project that aims to be sustainable and to uplift the community in a variety of different ways. So thanks very much, June. A great video. Lots of effort went into that, I know. If you would like to support that project, please go to giveandgain.com and search for Community Poultry Project, and you will find that project fundraising campaign there online from Lupane. The next team that's going to present their video proposal is from Arcturus, and we have Nesta on the line here to introduce the video proposal that has been made by the Arcturus community. Nesta, would you like to say a few words?
Hello, I'm Nesta from Arcturus community. Our video is about cattle production and welfare and the spirit of togetherness. Thank you.
My name is Levat Mbaneti, a chairperson of Arcturus Village Health. Vavariro yedu ndekuda kuunza shanduko mukati community yedu kubudikidza kushanda pamwe chete kuti mukati menharaunda yedu.
My name is Rumbidzai Makeri. I work as a village health worker in the Arcturus community.
I am Aaron Kuziwa Mchatuta, a teacher by profession involved in philanthropic work. I boast of a vast knowledge and experience in poultry production and community deep workshop facilitation. Arcturus mine is located 34 kilometers away from the capital city Harare. It is in the Gromozi district of Mashonaland East in Zimbabwe.
The Arcturus community is facing problem of poverty and lack of unity as people are divided along political lines and religious beliefs. If this problem persists, the 2023 election will be a disaster as they will be obviously marred by violence. More so because of poverty, school dropouts will increase and general hunger and starvation will continue to hit the place.
The group envisaged to start by workshopping 25 community members selected from different political affiliations and religious sects. They shall go through proper steps in the keeping of the broilers with the assistance of a yard expert. For 2 months, the group will carry out practical lessons on the keeping of the first batch of 1,000 birds. The proceeds will therefore go towards helping the vulnerables of the community, which include Sekur Anania, in paying school fees for 5 primary and 5 secondary students. We will teach 25 unemployed members of the community to keep 25 broilers through both practical and theoretical lessons. This will therefore improve the lives of 25 households and the general community members.
We get knowledge on how to keep broilers through working together. This will bring peace and unity amongst our community members, despite religious and political affiliation. Furthermore, this will reduce poverty and improve the livelihoods of people in the community.
The project will bring the idea of togetherness. We expect to see a united community since people will be working together. This will therefore also reduce the level of poverty and also improve the livelihoods of the community members.
Thanks very much to the video makers from the Arcturus community who created that video proposal. If you're interested in supporting that wonderful project, you can have a look on giveandgain.com. You can also follow the Make It Grow project on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, or check on the University of Sheffield's website, where you will find all of the links that you need to be able to follow up on these different community projects that need support. The next video proposal was created by the Magada team, who are based in Epworth. Can I invite Misha to say a few words? I think that our video makers didn't manage to get internet connection today to be able to join. Misha, maybe you could say a few words about the Epworth Community Fellows.
Thank you, Pamela. Rudo is prepared with something short to say on behalf of Magada. Thank you.
Thanks, Misha. So the Epworth Magada team have put together their video proposal for their proposed project of a community-owned shop. And if you want more information on that, there's the given page. To donate. It's not a large amount that they're looking for to start up shop, so enjoy their video.
Thanks, Rudo.
We are a diverse community group based in Epworth, Magada, Ward 4, Harare, Zimbabwe. Together, we would like to implement a startup community-owned shop. We are a diversely skilled steering committee, including farmers, a social worker, an accountant, an artist, a radio TV presenter, and local entrepreneurs.
Lack of funding and adequate resources is causing Magada community projects to prematurely die.
To see a healthy, vibrant Magada community with the establishment of community enterprises without destroying our environment.
Upon raising the startup funds, our main objectives for the first 3 months will be to carry out a socially inclusive survey, putting together small to medium enterprises directory, mobilizing more than 30 community members for commitment fee, share ownership, constitution making, and legally registering a multi-purpose cooperative under the Zimbabwean bylaws. Lastly, setting up and running a community-owned shop.
Expected outcomes will be as follows. Access to funding, including local market for nearby smallholders, processors, and follow-on projects that we envision, such as community nutrition garden. A policy of social inclusion. The shop will ensure that local and affordable fresh produce is available to the nearby community.
Being part and parcel of the economically marginalized of our society, We are inspired to reclaim our sense of wealth by engaging in this community-owned shop project, including addressing food and nutrition security.
Thank you very much to the Magada team, video makers, who put together that very interesting project proposal. Quite a unique idea in the whole collection that we've viewed today, to set up a community-owned shop, a cooperative, to support the local economy and local income generation, and to support local producers. So that's quite an original project, and if you'd be interested in supporting them to set up their community-run shop, you can have a look on Give and Gain, and also follow us on our social media platforms, and you'll find the links that you need there to donate. So the final video proposal that we've got for you today was led by Terence from Scope. And Terence, would you like to say a few words about your project?
Thank you, Pamela. Scope Zimbabwe is working with Vainona High School in order to produce healthy and nutritious food at the school, in order to support a school-based feeding program. So this video proposal focuses on a free-range chickens project. We are aiming to expand this project by purchasing an egg incubator that is a capacity to hold 1,000 eggs, so that we can provide healthy and nutritious meals to our school kids. You can hear more from the next video.
Scope Zimbabwe is a registered welfare organization founded in 1994. It is situated in Harare in Zimbabwe. Scope offers experimental learning for children, youth, educators, and adult groups on sustainable living. Scope seeks to implement a school-based feeding program at Vainona High School, which is in Harare in Zimbabwe. Vainona High School is a government school which has about 650 learners who come from low-income families. Most of the parents struggle to pay school fees for their children, and as a result of effects of COVID-19, most parents cannot provide enough meals for their children. All this has negatively affected school attendance as well as the academic performance of learners. To solve this problem, Scope donated free-range chickens to Vainona High School in August 2020, with the intention of starting a school-based feeding program, as well as generating income for the school. Scope now seeks to expand the poultry project by purchasing an egg incubator for the school in order to increase the number of eggs hatched per month. Our objectives are: 1. To purchase an egg incubator with a capacity to carry 1,000 eggs. 2. To provide one meal to half of the learners per day on an alternating basis. Learners will be involved in raising chickens and also in growing of beans, maize, and vegetables in the school garden, which will be used to prepare meals. 3. Scope will link the school to local farmers and food markets in order for the school to sell 600 chicks per month and also 100 full-grown chickens per month for income generation. The success of this project will result in the following outcomes. 1. Improved food security and nutrition among learners. 2. Improved physical, mental, and psychological development of learners. 3. Regular school attendance by learners. 4. Improved cognitive and academic performance. We've been working with Scope for the past 2 years, and I want to thank them because they have helped the school to increase food production through growing of different vegetables, fruits, and other crops. And our learners are happy because we feed them using this produce. We are now looking forward to the poultry project, which is to feed all our learners.
Thanks very much, Terence. A great video proposal for us to finish with today. And a really nice example of how what we've been doing in the Make It Grow project has this very much collaborative focus, because as Terence mentioned earlier, he's a teacher at Venona High School, which is where this project will be implemented if the funding is received to get the project going. And Terence has been participating in the workshop series and also sharing a little bit about how he's also now working with students at the school to support video making within the school. So it's a really nice kind of knock-on effect there of the learning that we've been experiencing in the group workshops. If you would be interested to support that project from Scope Zimbabwe, please do check on our Make It Grow social media platforms, and you can go directly to giveandgain.com and search for Venona High Healthy School Meals, and you'll find Terence's project there ready for donations. So as we've been screening the video proposals this morning, we've been receiving some questions coming in from the audience. Peter, would you like to shoot a few questions this way, and then we'll see, maybe I can help, and maybe some of the project partners in Zimbabwe might need to answer some of these questions.
Brilliant. Thank you, Pamela, and colleagues in Zimbabwe. Fantastic videos and really inspiring work. So I hope some of our audience will feel inspired to donate and support those projects. My favourite quote, I think, was, with the use of these technologies, great things can happen. And I'm hoping it will, and I'm hoping that the Institute for Sustainable Food can help to make it grow. So we've got 3 or 4 questions here, and if people want to ask more, please do contribute, and we'll read them out. So the first one is, how did you manage to make the initial connections to all these different communities?
That would be a question for me.
I think so.
Okay. Well, it's quite a long story. I worked in Zimbabwe some years ago on a previous postdoctoral research fellowship, and the project that I was working on was an action research project around sustainable agri-food initiatives in Zimbabwe. So I was lucky enough to visit lots of projects during those years. It was 2011, 2012. And so I was quite familiar with the kind of the institutional landscape in Zimbabwe around sustainable food. And so I started by getting in contact with the people that I'd met in the past and share the idea of Make It Grow. And it pretty much kind of then spread through these initial kind of contacts that I had. And then particularly through the Gateway project, because the Gateway Zimbabwe project is an existing project that's being implemented by 3 NGOs in Zimbabwe. And I already had met some of the key people that are involved in convening Gateway Zimbabwe, and that then led us to the community groups. So it's a series of snowballing kind of contacts.
Thank you. Yep. The next one is a comment, and it says, "Wonderful videos, everyone. So informative and interesting." Smiley face. So that's a comment rather than the question. The next question is, maybe for you or maybe for some of our colleagues in Zimbabwe, what are the biggest challenges in using this video approach?
The biggest challenges in using the video approach. Maybe can I hand that question over to our partners in Zimbabwe? What do you think's been the biggest challenge in terms of using video for making proposals? Decent. from Gyrus Jury Association. Decent, please.
Thank you.
Oh, you're muted, Decent. If you could switch on your mic.
We can't hear you, I'm afraid. Can you switch your mic on?
Yes, I've not switched on my microphone. Can I just retake the question again? Thank you. So I'm Gaura Decent from Gyrus Jury Association. I work there as monitoring and evaluation officer. And maybe responding to the question on the table, I want to allude to the issue of digital gap in Zimbabwe as a developing country. You would find technology in Zimbabwe, like other third world, it is still a bit backward, and not most people are actually on digital platforms, apart from the social media. So then that would also speak to a challenge in terms of adopting this approach. And maybe the second challenge also speaks to this as a new approach. You'd find by being new in the area of fundraising, not so many donors, local and international, have embraced this approach as yet. So it speaks to the issue of popularity of the approach, which I think it will grow with time, and maybe more donors actually coming in to appreciate this approach, since it has a touch and feel of the community actually members who will be benefiting from the video making, the video proposal making approach. So I think those are the two probably issues that we need to battle with as we go ahead with the new approach to fundraising for community projects. Thank you.
Thanks, Decent. Thanks for stepping in there and speaking a little bit to to this issue of kind of digital inclusion, digital exclusion, and just highlighting that there are lots of challenges when it comes to working with these sorts of digital methods. But I think when you compare it to the alternative, which is written proposals, which is most donor agencies ask for written proposals, there are also lots of challenges there too. So I think one of the advantages of video is that it allows people to speak, to represent themselves, to speak for themselves, to represent their own communities. It allows them to show as well as tell about their context, and really give people a greater sense of the challenges that they're facing and their dreams and visions for the future. I think that the medium of video is much more impactful in terms of communicating these ideas. And so it does have great potential. But also, there are also challenges and very context-specific challenges. For example, in Zimbabwe, one of the key issues has been access to internet network, and at least reliable, stable internet network. And the cost of data is really, really high in Zimbabwe. I would be really interested in working with this method with UK-based organisations, community groups, and trialling this kind of approach in different contexts. Because I think it has a lot of potential, and that now is that really apt time for donor organisations to start to switch to accept video-based proposals to allow people to speak for themselves rather than just be kind of written about on paper.
Yeah, thanks, Pamela. I think that's one of the objectives, isn't it, of Make It Grow as a sort of pilot for what could be achieved and rolled out more widely. And that's our next question, really. Will the video making workshops be available online for use in other countries, such as Malawi?
The video making workshops are very much they're live, interactive workshops. And what we really try and do in these workshops is establish small learning groups, learning circles, where participants over the weeks that we work together, get to know each other, get to know about each other's communities and each other's projects and each other's dreams for the future. And that's a really, really important important aspect of our approach. And that's what keeps the kind of the element of collaboration and participation alive. So it's quite difficult to translate that into a sort of like a MOOC, for example, an online course, because that element of interaction among the different participants wouldn't be there. But what we are doing as part of the Make It Go project is, and I'm very, very much supported here by a great team. I've got a fantastic team that are supporting us in creating online digital learning tools. Rudo and Alexandra, I would like to just highlight their involvement in creating a lot of that beautiful visual material that you saw in the initial introduction video that we showed. And so we've been working on various help sheets. We're working on a handbook, some demonstration videos. So all of that will be freely available to download from the project website. What we would like to do is extend this project to be able to offer more workshops to more communities, for example, in places like Malawi, where people are motivated and interested and want to start facilitating workshops in their own communities to support participatory video proposal production. We would love to support that. We just need the means to do it.
Thank you, Pamela. We've got time for a couple more, I think. One is, did you find that the bureaucratic process that accompanies writing these kinds of proposals conflicted with the video approach? So I think this is asking, are the funders amenable to a video approach rather than a conventional written one?
Right, thanks. Yeah, that's a great question. So far, we've been working in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, the Global Environment Facility Small Grant Programme in Zimbabwe. And that's been the key sort of donor agency that we've been in conversation with about how can the bureaucratic processes that surround, grant giving, grant application processes be adjusted to integrate digital video as an alternative to written documents. And it is a huge challenge, but there is definitely a lot of enthusiasm and interest. But it's a process, it's a longer term process for different donor agencies to think about how can they best adapt to be able to support these video proposals so that communities can represent themselves and more easily apply for these small grant programs.
Yeah, that's great, thank you. A question about, will you be able to evaluate the impact of this participatory video process? How are we going to go about that? And perhaps I could also note that the funding for this project came from the ESRC's Impact Acceleration Award. So its sort of purpose is to increase or speed up the impact of the research we generate. So maybe you could say a little bit about the process we're following to do that.
Thanks. Yeah, we're right. We're in the process of doing this. At the moment, we have a small team that are going to be working with the participants. The different groups that have made project proposals are going to be creating participatory impact pathway maps so that we can have a look, in the future we can look back at these projected impact pathways for the individual projects. We're also establishing sort of baseline data around the different community projects that have been involved in the workshop series. But that's something that's kind of like a longer term process, but we're working on that.
Brilliant, thank you. Now I think the last question is, you talked about this as a process of co-creation. So could you just say a bit about what that means for people who are not familiar with the sort of jargon, and what a process of co-creation is and how it's different from a top-down kind of approach, and what maybe some of the political or ethical issues involved in that are?
So I think I referred to co-creation, the co-creation of the videos and the video proposals. So what I mean by that is that the participants in the workshop series, more often than not, worked as small teams, small community teams together. And every week I would set a task, and each participant or each team would create some video content, and then we would watch the videos together in the Zoom session in the workshop, and give each other feedback, and talk together about things like who is your audience, what is your message, how is the shot type, what do we appreciate most about the video clip, what sparks our curiosity, how might the video be improved. And we slowly built up the video proposals over several weeks by going through this very interactive process. The community members, the group members, were creating their video clips together. The different participants in the workshops were reviewing each other's videos, giving feedback, giving advice and sharing ideas. Over the weeks, the video proposals were very much co-created. It wasn't sort of like an individual that was just doing this alone, working on their own project, the idea and their own video, but it was very much in collaboration with other participants in the workshops, with people within their community teams, and with the Make It Grow facilitators as well.
Fabulous, thank you. I'll give Pamela a chance for a last word in a minute, but I just wanted to say thank you very much to all of our collaborators in Zimbabwe. Maybe also a shout out to our IT team who've made this happen and faced all sorts of challenges in terms of the different technologies we're using and the uncertainties of internet connection and all the rest. So thank you to them. They've been tirelessly working all week, but I think this particular project has posed more challenges than others. So thank you very much for that. What else was I going to say? Thanks to everyone. I'll give the last word to Pamela in just a second. Could I also put a plug in for the next event in this festival series, which is at 2 o'clock UK time, and will feature a playful collaboration between artist Anthony Bennett and scientist Tim Daniel. So Pamela, do you just want to say a last word and thank you very much for this really good session?
Thanks very much, Peter, and to the Institute for Sustainable Food for hosting this public event to support the Make It Grow project and all of the fabulous community projects that have been pitched in these video proposals that we've watched today. If you're interested to support the project or to support any of the community projects that have been pitched in these videos, please have a look at the website, please follow us on social media, and go to Give and Gain, where all of these community video proposals can be found and rewatched in your own time. I'd like to thank all of the Make It Grow project team and all of the speakers who joined us from Zimbabwe today. Stephen, you've got your hand raised. Could I invite you to say a few words to close the session? Stephen from Kufunda Village, Stephen and Admire. Would you like to say a few words?
When I put my hand up, it was hello. When I put my hand up, it was about the question about the fundraising proposal using a video. That's when I put the hand up.
Okay. No, I only just noticed your hand up there, Stephen. Sorry about that.
That's what we call an old hand.
Great. But thank you very much, Stephen and Admire, Linda, Misha, Tafadzwa, Zedi, Rudo, Decent, Terence, and Nesta and Grace, who joined us and spoke on behalf of their community project proposals. Thank you so much for joining us today and for collaborating, participating in this great learning journey experience together. It's been wonderful, and this is the first event of many, we hope. There are going to be more video proposals that are being made by different community groups right now over the next few weeks. And please do get in touch if you have any questions. You can find us online on the website, on social media platforms. Follow us, and it would be great to hear from you in the future.
Thank you all very much.